going on, guys? Riley here. Today we're going to be testing out my 0 to 60 times here with the Hellcat using the stock summer tires and drag radials. So, you ever wondered how much of a difference drag radials actually make on a car with a decent amount of power? Well, this video should answer your wildest concerns. So the stock tires on this Hellcat are 275 40/20s. They are summer tires, but really they're just like a basic Pirelli tire. And then over here, we have some Mickey Thompson ET Street Rs. They are 305 45/18s. They are, as you can see, well, pretty much almost slicks. They have some grooves in them, but they are a pretty sticky drag radial, if I do say so myself. The main purpose of this video is to find out if you have a Mustang, Camaro, Challenger, whatever, Charger, something that's rear-wheel drive with a lot of horsepower, and you are trying to figure out just how big of a difference drag radials are going to make for your car. Well, today we're going to find out how much of a difference it makes for a Hellcat. So the way we're doing this testing is we're going to go set out some baseline tests with the stock tires. We'll have the same amount of fuel. We're going to have one passenger, same outside temperatures and all that stuff. So we'll do those baseline tests, go home, put these on, go back to the exact same spot, same temperature and everything, and try to keep all the variables the same, and then we'll just see what the difference is. And if it's a big difference, cool, and if it's not, well, then maybe you shouldn't buy drag radials, but I don't think that's the case. So let's hop in the car, go find out. All right, so for this test, we're gonna keep every variable the same as I said before. So moving on here to the settings, we're gonna have the power at 700, obviously. Transmission will be in track mode. The traction control is gonna be off, so there's gonna be no interference with the traction control system, and we'll have the suspension in street. Now, I'll be honest, doing this on the stock tires, it's probably gonna take me a few tries to get a decent time. I'm expecting to run like a low 4-second time, that's what I expect. So I'm gonna do it a few times, but I'm only gonna play you guys the best run just for making this video a little bit shorter, and then we'll move on to putting the drag radials on. So now let's skip to the best run with the stock tires. And honestly, it's really not going to get all that much better than that with these tires. It's a really good way to put it is have you ever worn socks on hardwood floor and tried to run? That's what it's like driving a Hellcat with stock tires. So now that you've seen what socks on hardwood floor can do, let's go ahead and put on some shoes and see what shoes can do. I don't know. All right, 15 minutes later, we got the dancing shoes on, looking real nice. I really do like the way these look on the car. They look really good. I don't know if I like the brass monkeys better or if I like the black. The black kind of goes with the wrap, but the bronze, I don't know, I like them a lot. But let's go ahead and start her up in the garage. Okay, let's go. Just like that at 3.7. That launch wasn't the best. But
it wasn't either, but I could feel it hook. I was like, ooh.
All right, so back at home now, we did a little baby burnout before we did that pass, just to make sure we got her nice and sticky. Yeah, that's gonna be fun to clean. But as you can see, the tires definitely did their job. They stuck to just about everything on the road. The launch honestly wasn't 100% of this car's potential. It was kind of hesitant at first. I didn't want to spin. I also didn't want to keep doing 0 to 60 tests. So I made that one work, and 3.7 honestly is a pretty good result. What do you think, Captain Frank?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, these tires are kind of serious.
The grass is even stuck on there. You can see where I'm peeling off the rocks.
All right, so if you're interested in the logistics of that, what is the difference between a 4.6 0 to 60 and a 3.7? Well, check this out. We're gonna do 3.7, that was for the good 0 to 60 run. We're gonna divide that by 4.6, and here you have basically 80. Now you take 100 minus 80, you get 20. So ultimately, putting drag radials on a Hellcat will increase your 0 to 60 time by approximately 20%. And in car terms, 20% is a huge difference. Now, is everybody going to get a 20% increase by putting drag radials on your, I don't know, Prius or Miata or whatever? No, you're not. However, for Hellcat reference, with my exact setup, 20% is about what it was. Also, you have to keep in mind that this is not ideal conditions. I had an extra passenger and like, this wasn't going for the optimal 0 to 60. This was just trying to keep everything consistent as possible, the same settings within the car, just trying to eliminate every variable. But as a general rule of thumb, I would say, you know, if you have a car making north of 400 wheel horsepower, you know, you could pretty much see, what do you think, like a 15 to 20% increase by just swapping to drag radials?
13% around there.
Frank says 13%. We'll go with that. If you need another example of just how big 20% is, well, here's another good one for you. So let's say, for example, you ran a 1.8 60 foot at the track. Now, that is equivalent of a 20% difference from a 2.2, as you see there, 81, which would actually be 19% difference. So that's about 20%. But to sum that up, you know, a 1.8 60 foot and a 2.2 60 foot at a track are a huge difference. That's like the difference in, I don't even know. If you know a little bit about drag racing, you'll know that's a huge difference. And so for it to be a 4.6 0 to 60 and a 3.7, I mean, that almost shaved a whole entire second off your 0 to 60 by just swapping tires. And realistically, I probably could get a better 0 to 60 with the drag radials, and I could probably get a better 0 to 60 with the street tires. But as a general rule of thumb, let's say I improved my stock tires by 0.2 seconds, I could probably improve those by 0.2 seconds. So I would say the 20% is gonna be pretty consistent throughout any way you look at it. But yeah, that was a pretty fun little experiment. Another thing to note is that these tires are the exact same diameter as the stock tires. So there's no difference in the gear ratio effect. The car thinks that it has the stock tires on, it just doesn't. Because it's a thicker sidewall, but it's an 18-inch wheel instead of a 20. So it thinks it's the exact same stock wheels and tires, but they're not. For those of you with manuals, you can even drop down to a smaller wheel size and then a slightly smaller tire size, and that actually improves your rear end gear ratio. You'll go even faster. That's a whole different video. Honestly, we'll probably end up using Frank's car for that one.
After it's done being blown up and not wanting to race car.
But here are the lovely pizza cutter tires that come on the Hellcat stock. You know, I really don't know, you guys can't really see much. But as I was saying, yeah, these 275s are not ideal whatsoever if you're gonna do any type of sporty driving with a Hellcat. And honestly, whether it goes to like Mustangs or Camaros or whatever, most of those cars with stock tires are not good. Like if you're serious about doing performance stuff to your car, the best modification you can do for any car is get yourself a way better set of tires. It can make a huge difference. But thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you found it entertaining or informative. If you liked it, be sure to share it with a friend and make sure to subscribe. Trying to get to 100,000 before New Year's. I don't know if it'll happen, but hey, we can try. But thank you guys for watching the video. See you next time. Take it easy. It might have been the worst outro I think I've ever done. Oh well, we're keeping it.